It's probably one of the toughest looking utes on the market, and certainly one of the most desirable. The latest Ford Ranger Raptor is a beast of a thing, but it manages to be quite practical and comfortable to live with. Here we're testing the model year 2024 version, which introduces a few software updates inside. Externally though, it looks the same. The Raptor is 110mm wider than the regular Ranger, with pumped wheel arches barely containing the chunkier tyres. It definitely stands out among the other rough and tough dual cab utes out there, especially in this vibrant orangey red colour. Other, more subtle options are available, such as grey, white, and a cool deep blue called Blue Lightning. Most are a $700 option. There is a new power roller shutter for the tub for 2024, paired with a fully moulded tub liner as well. Having the power shutter improves practicality quite a bit in our opinion, as you can now store valuables in here and lock it up. The shutter also provides protection from the weather. A power socket on the wall, tub lights, and various tie hooks remain. Underneath you'll find a hardcore coilover suspension package with Fox Racing Live Valve 2.5 shocks. There's also a whopping 272mm of ground clearance, front and rear diff locks, and of course a 2-speed transfer box. Ford also introduced some reinforcements to the chassis to help it cope with extreme demands, compared with the regular Ranger. So now it can go off jumps and rally around corners. The bespoke 17-inch alloy wheels are wrapped in serious BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres, measuring a fat 285/70. Labelled with Baja Champion, you know they mean business. However, braking performance on dry and wet tarmac is compromised, as is usually the case with off-road tyres. Inside, it's a bit like a sports car. Splashes of orange decorate the trim, with chiselled out bucket seats providing lots of hip-hugging security. In saying that, it's still a very livable area. You have good headroom and legroom, and there is lots of storage around the place. Ford has updated the giant touchscreen for 2024, adding a new home button and arranging some of the common apps in a more convenient layout. It's still a great interface, offering heaps of functions and settings to play around with. Rear seat comfort is good, with climate vents and charging facilities, and the seat trim is designed like the front. It feels sporty, yet very practical. This could easily be used as a daily vehicle, in other words, and the kids will love it. Under the bonnet, the same 3-litre twin-turbo petrol V6 remains for 2024. It's one of the most powerful engines in this specific class, especially if you exclude those big American pickup trucks. Performance is, as you'd expect, excellent. We couldn't quite match our previous 0 to 100 time from the old PD channel, and we're not really sure why. It could be something as simple as poor fuel quality during this test. We guess the power shutter over the tub would add some weight, but probably not enough to impact performance. Either way, it still hammers along just fine. On the road, the Ranger offers very good handling and comfort for a ute. We think the ride is a tiny bit firmer than the first-gen Raptor, but we suspect those next-gen shocks are better at managing harder impacts. Surprisingly, there is almost zero body roll going around corners. It really does turn in well for what it is. This is a vehicle you'd happily take for a long drive up into the ranges, and then when you get there, you can confidently hit the dirt. Off-road, yeah, it's a machine. It's hard to find any fault. Whether you're exploring rough dirt tracks or hitting sand dunes or the beach, the Raptor just walks or runs through with no hesitation. The suspension is very responsive, so it never crashes or bangs, and that big ground clearance means it'll clamber over steep mounds with no issue. Perhaps best of all, it is lots of fun to drive. It puts a smile on your face. The exhaust sound could be more refined, but it's still better than most of the typical diesel 4-cylinder options out there. This is what it goes like.